Hello, hello, hello. I'm Jason. I'm your magician for this evening, and I'm guessing you've figured that out already? If you haven't, the last 60 seconds have been quite confusing for you. So I am the one out of all these brilliant speakers that pulls his thumb off for a living. I was asked to come here, and I had two options. One, I could do a talk on magic, or I could do trick after trick, a few different tricks. I figured, why not bend the rules and do both? So let's start with the magic first. First, we'll start with the blue balloon of mystery. And nobody's excited about that. Let's try that again. Blue balloon of mystery. It's going to do one of the most amazing things you've ever seen. Watch. That was not it. This is cool. This is kind of like performing in Vegas. We've done that before. And you know what they say? What happens in Vegas goes right on Facebook. Yes, that's right. So next, after you have the blue balloon of mystery, you need a pair of scissors and one of those. Thank you so much. Thank you. 16 years of no social life for that trick right there. Not bad, right? So let's continue on. To make this move a little bit smoother, I hadn't talked to the person that's going to help me, but over here, you're kind of pre-picked. Can you come up on stage to the side here to a big round of applause while she makes her way up? Help speed things along. Perfect, thanks, Stace. Hi, how are you? Good. Great. You can have a seat for me. We're going to do a few things here. I'm a magician and a mind reader, and I should ask you, what's your name?
Jackie.
Correct. Good. So we are going to start with the end of the show. At the end of the show, we're going to open up this canister. This is for later, though. And the reason I know that is because it says so. Now, can I trust you to not open this or shake it until the end of the show? You suppose. Perfect. Good attitude. So in that case, I'm going to have you sign a contract. This is the big surprise contract. All you have to do is sign on the X right there. I'll read to them exactly. Oh, the cap came off. That was supposed to happen. And I'll tell them what it says. By signing below, I agree to the following. I won't shake the big surprise unless Jason tells me to. I won't open the big surprise unless Jason tells me to. If I break the above rules, Jason has every right to embarrass me. If you actually signed that before I finish. Oh, that's great. Big round of applause for her. That's awesome. That's cool. No, that works. I just never had anybody do that because typically I read, the small print on the back for them too, but that's fine. The bikers will be here after the show to pick you up, so that's cool. All right. So do you mind, since you're up here, we don't have much time, helping me with a trick too? Actually, you could do 3 tricks in the time. Set that between your toes. Perfect. You said Jackie? Yeah, still Jackie. Perfect. Deck of cards. Are you a card player?
Not usually.
No?
Again.
Perfect. Neither am I. All right. I started playing cards when I was about 3 years old. My grandmother taught me how to play poker. That's just what we did back then. And she taught me this technique to win every single time called cheating. Yeah. So here's how this is going to work. Each of those cards is different. Can you see that? Yes, and I'll hold it like this so we can see too. I'll give them a nice shuffle. Now to begin with, I could typically, like a normal card trick, I'd have you pick a card. But instead, we're not going to do that. I'm going to actually have you memorize one that you see. You ready? Go. Memorize one. Do you have one? Think of it. I'm going to try to read your mind. She thought of one of these cards. Picture the card right here in front of you. Awesome. Nice poker face. Place your left hand out like this. Good choice of hands. Don't move. For the first time, name your card out loud.
King of Hearts.
The 9 of clubs, she said. Crap. Did you say King of
Hearts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Slowly flip that over and show the camera. Oh. Not bad, I know. Isn't that cool? My parents are proud, I know. So let's put this right here. We'll do it again. This time, take a card. This is the second trick, but do not let me see it, okay? And you can show them. Make sure they see the card, they memorize it, okay? And it's a free choice. You can take any card you'd like. Pull it out, take a look at it, make sure everybody sees. I'll turn this way. I will not look at the monitor. Tell me when you're done. Do you know the card? Awesome. Place it back on top. Do not forget that card, because if you do, this is a horrible card trick, okay? I know a few things actually. That is not your card, because it's in the middle. Just want to double check. And it's not on top. That's not it either. And it's not the King of Hearts. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Put your right fingers like this. Pinch your fingers. King of hearts. Pinch there, don't move. Watch. King of diamonds. I didn't say it was your card. I said that's the king of diamonds. Yeah. That's not your card, is it? Ta-da! Four of spades. Backup plan. Would it be good if I had your card in my pocket the entire time? Super excited. That's I kind of do, because if you think about it, I have your first card, which is the King of Hearts. That's the one that you were holding. Can you flip that over? Not bad. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's the second trick. Now on to the third one. Here's what I want you to do. Same thing, you signed your name earlier, but sign it on the card for me, if you would, nice and big so they can see it all the way at the back. Perfect. Awesome. I'll take the marker first. Hold it up so they can see your signature on the screen. Now, this is the third of the final versions of this trick. Everyone built up more drastically than the last one, and I'll do it like this so you can see. I want you to watch close. Push it all the way in. Perfect. Once again, that's not it. Okay, good. And it's not on top. Watch. I'm going to find your card, but in the most dramatic way that I know, okay, with one of the greatest pop songs of our lifetime, Seal's Kissed by a Rose. Do I have that song? Let's go with it. Here we go.
There used to be a great tower alone on the sea.
Makes no sense, but it goes.
It became the light on the dark side of me. Love remains a drug that's the high and not the pill. But did you know that when it snows,
The Two of Clubs is not your card. Perfect. That was supposed to happen. Watch. Just like that one card. Is it the Six of Diamonds? Is your card, well, your card has a signature on it, so that would make sense. If you hold on to those, this is the problem that, oh, I know what happened. All 51 cards went to my pocket, except for one card. Thank you so much. You can take your canister and head back to your seat. Big round of applause for her, if you would, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So that was fun. Did you guys like that? Yeah. Now on to the talking part. Thank you for helping me. So this is a talk about bending and sometimes breaking the stereotypes that we create. Let's be honest. When you heard that there's going to be a magician, you thought of top hat, cape, rabbits, crazy costumes, possibly something like this? Yeah. That's the way that I actually thought at one point, so don't be upset if that's what you thought a magician was. For you to understand where I'm coming from, I think it's important that you understand where I came from. I grew up in a working class family. Working class meaning that you had to work to eat. In my household, if there are things that had to get done, mom or dad, no matter who, did them. And I kind of grew up with the mentality that the harder you work, the more likely you were to succeed in life. It was later on that I realized that not everyone has this opportunity due to gender or race. When I was 25 years old, I realized that I wanted to be a professional magician. And I forgot to mention, at that point, I was 7 years into a bachelor's degree here at Youngstown State. So magic wasn't the worst thing I could do. When I told my parents that they were really, really supportive, but there was one stipulation. I had to finish with a degree. I had to leave YSU with a degree. So after 7 years, I left with a degree in general studies. So for those of you who don't know, that basically means any question you have on any topic, I could answer with like a mediocre response. That's it. So I dove right into the world of magic. I knew I had to be unique. I had to be different. I had to wear blue polyester, I guess. And that's what I came up with. Because if the magic thing didn't work, I could always be a Batman villain. That was the other option. But magic is a beautiful thing. See, when you strip away all the jokes and the weird costumes, it's truly an art form. And unfortunately, not everyone can get past these stereotypes to see that beauty. About 9 months after I donned this costume, I realized it wasn't working for me. So I decided to bend and break the stereotype that I had created for myself. I began with my outfit. I started dressing less like what I thought a magician was, and people really started to respond to me. Next, I changed my name from magician to entertainer. This backfired. My wife would tell people my husband's an entertainer, and so they thought I was an exotic dancer. Flattering, but not quite what I was going for. When it comes to stereotypes, you can push a stereotype to a point before people start to resist. And this became extremely apparent to me when I got married. The girl you saw at the beginning, the one with the costumes, that's my wife, Stacy. She's the other magician. And that's a weird statement if you think about that, because I'm guessing that you might have labeled her as my assistant.
Now, if you made that assumption, you weren't completely wrong. Initially, I started out as the office manager for our business, while also fulfilling the quintessential role of Jason's assistant. But the more I performed with him, the more I enjoyed being on stage. And that's when we started talking about shaking things up. We thought, what if we switched roles? What if he assisted me while I did the magic? How would people respond to that? Now, there are already a few acts out there doing this, but it's pretty rare. And let me clarify one thing. Being a magician's assistant is a really tough job. Now, more of them play a bigger part than most of you will ever know. But unfortunately, they often fade into the background like a prop. And I wanted to be viewed differently. We strived to have equal parts on our show, much like Penn and Teller. So Jason began teaching me for several hours a day. And during these training sessions, he treated me like a student of magic and not his wife.
So we began by taking tricks that I had performed for years, ones that got huge reactions, and we just switched roles, a tiny, minor change. I'd stand to the side of the stage and watch for these massive standing ovations to take place, and she would be met with light applause. At the end of the show, people would come to us and they'd tell me how great the tricks were that I did, and the ones where she was my assistant. But they would never mention the tricks that she did. And even a few times, people would suggest to me that next time I should saw her in half because that's what a magician does. This was weird to me. See, I grew up with the mentality that what's good is good, no matter who's doing it. I could not figure out why this wasn't working.
We even considered going back to the traditional formula of male magician and female assistant, but that's when it hit us. Magic is a universal language. It can be enjoyed by anyone. So why can't it be performed by anyone? It shouldn't matter what the performer looks like. It should only matter what the spectator feels. So we decided to stop worrying about these stereotypes and start focusing on making the impossible possible. So we decided to end our talk today with a little experiment.
Should gender really matter when it comes to judging anything at all? Or should we just judge on the end results? I guess we'll let you be the judge.
So before I got into magic, I was actually a family therapist. I have a background in psychology, and from this, I've learned that I can walk into a room, look at someone, and predict things about them, what they're going to say, what they're going to do. And I wanted to try something with that today with all of you, so I'm going to need some of your help, okay? If I call on you, you can stay in your seat for now. I just need you to answer some questions, okay? You, sir. Sure, right here in the glasses? Yes, you. I'm going to have you think of something completely random, okay? Now, if I asked you to think of a color, you might think that I'm trying to influence you to think of black with this marker. So instead, I want you to think of a number between 1 and 1,000, okay? A number between 1 and 1,000. Can you do that? Okay, really picture it. Project the image to me up here. I'm going to try to write down exactly what you're going to say.
There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Is your number 325? No? No, thank you very much. What was your number?
667.
667. You were way off. Okay, let's try this again. Ma'am, right here. Yes. I want you to think of a 4-legged animal. It can be at a zoo, on a farm, anything like that. I did this on a cruise ship once, and the lady thought of a dolphin. Don't do that. Okay? Do you have one in mind? Okay. Name it out loud. What is it? A giraffe. I ran out of room. It's okay. It's gonna get worse, I promise. Let's try another one. Maybe over this way. Ma'am, right here in the third row. Yes, you right there. Yes. Do you like to go shopping? Yes. Okay. I want you to imagine that you walk into a store. It can be a mall, a grocery store, anything you like, and you pick an item up off the shelf. Do you have one in your hand?
Right now?
Yes. Are you thinking of an item? Yes. Yes. Okay. Think of your item for me. What was your item? A cell phone? If you scan that barcode, I'm guessing that's what that is. I told you it was going to get worse. I want to do one last one, okay? I'm going to try to read everyone's mind in this room, exactly what you thought of my performance. If I get this correct, you have to give me a giant round of applause. Who laughed? Now, that's not really a good way to end things. Earlier, Jason was out here and he gave someone a canister. If you have that canister, can you please join me on stage up these stairs over here to my left? Hello. Your name is?
Jackie.
Jackie. Go ahead and take a seat for me, Jackie. Now, I haven't come near you, correct?
Right.
Go ahead and shake the canister for me. I said you could, so it's okay. Oh, he has to say you can. So.
You can't.
Okay, so there is something in there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that for you. Go ahead and take the lid off. Peek down inside. How many objects do you see?
2.
2? What color are they?
Blue.
Whoop, there's one.
Blue and white.
Blue and white. The blue one was a pen cat that just flew out. And the white one is a piece of paper. Can you take that for me? I'll take the lid. Go ahead and open that up. In the beginning, Jason had you sign a contract. Is that the contract?
Yes.
Yes. Is your signature on the contract?
Yes, it is.
Not bad. Now, if you remember, he said no one ever reads the small print on the back. So I would like for you, nice and loud so everyone can hear you, from top to bottom to read that for them.
Last night I had a dream that I was performing at TEDxYoungstown. It was a great show. I was given a standing ovation when I correctly predicted the following 3 things. The number is 667, the animal is giraffe, and the product is cell phone. P.S. I don't stink that bad.
Thank you so much. You can head back to your seat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Jason.
And I'm Stacy.
And we're Jason and Stacy Allen Magic. Thank you so much.